So Sassuolo have been relegated from the Serie A. Big surprise, as the ever-presence in the top tier will be in Serie B, and they've had a hard season. With players such as Berardi and Bajrami, the Albanian hero at the recent Euros, they find themselves managerless and need saving desperately with a new manager. As we are going to swoop in as owner of the club and appoint a new man to help get things ticking, as our aim today is to lift the Italian historic club to Champions League glory. As yes, people, here we are. We have had to get a new manager, and I've gone to the Saudi League for a fitting man. Slaven Bilic. Now, you might think it's a step down for him coaching in the Saudi League, but Sassuolo are in trouble. And it won't be easy for Big Slav, as he's got 3 objectives. The first one, as you can see, 1 Italian signing per season, which is normal. And then, like normal, when we don't have another big rule, we've just got to get a youth player. That's going to be each season, as the overall aim, of course, lifts Sassuolo all the way to the Champions League title. As yes, people, this is the team that we are loading into. You can see it's very good and should not be at this level, with players such as Berardi and an on loan Fratesi, who we could call back season 1, but we're not going to cheat that way. We are going to do this legit, as the budget Slava's got to work wonders. Only 12 million, which is going to have to go a long way. As you can see, the squad is aging. A lot of old players, definitely in the goalkeeping department. But at the same time, we have young guns. Josh Doig, the Scotsman, Volpato, the midfielder, and Pinamonte, the striker, who I am going to trust, as this is the best team we can make. It should be a team, realistically, that just gets promoted. But in order to get promoted, we've of course got to get a good tactic. And with Dominic Berardi in the team, we definitely have to go wing play to get the most out of him. And we do start with a decent scout, and I'm going to flick it to goalkeeper. We do need a younger one, so hopefully we can find one. And I don't mind loaning out straight away. Antonio Longo, absolutely perfect. That's the first mission ticked off, and he is straight onto the loan list. But look at the keepers we have. Plenty on loan already. Kind of worrying all the loan players, as where do we strengthen first? I am actually thinking right back. We do have Toljan, but in my opinion we can go better, but not better straight away. Michael Coyote probably takes a lot of training, but hopefully gets the job done for Big Slaven Bilic, as he's probably back up season 1, but it's our Italian player ticked off. And also, to speak of ticking off, our youth player Longo out on loan, as I believe this has been the quickest start to a save, as our business should be done. As instead of spending the 12 million we still had left, because players could come in, players could come out. Speaking of coming in, we've saved our money, but can you guys save the challenge that we are having on this channel to hit 30k before the Euros finishes? It's a big milestone, but when we look at this team, we are doing very well with it. Have we been filtered for players? Kind of looks that way. A lot have left us, so maybe we're getting to see our pure squad a bit more. The squad will be rocking permanently, as this is how the table's going. When we sneak up, it's a 3rd place finish. And the games aren't even over, but we cannot go above Palermo. They have a game in hand, plus they have the goal difference, leaving us destined for playoff football. We did get straight into the semis, where we face Medina. Won't be easy, this. Actually, far from it. I am going to keep Volpato in the squad as a draw. Come on, we can't be staying down. We need to get up for Dominic Berardi's sake. But it's Pinamonte who scores, giving us 2 legs against Salernitana. As how does the first one go? We do lead at home, but I believe away goals count right here. And we've got an injured defender, as We draw 0-0, meaning first season promotion back to Serie A, and we should stay here by looking at player ratings. We've got Frese to come back next year, and also our young goalkeeper Longo up to a 73. As top scorer this season, of course it was the captain, Domenico Berardi. I salute you, sir. A first season promotion without seeing our true team, which we still can't see, because a lot of international duty. Berardi back out there. Absolutely love to see it. As right back week again. Toljan not increased. And Coyote could use, well, definitely a loan deal. Longo, does he beat? No, he doesn't beat Turati. So probably another loan for that man. We cannot let him rot on the bench. Same with these guys. A lot of decent players. As sorry to Volpato, but 2 steps straight in the team in Lopez and Fratesi. We could do with another cam though. As have we run out of money? Definitely not. 22 million. It is not the greatest amount, but still, it's good. We can definitely make changes with the budget that we have, as I'm going to make a change to Berardi, changing him to a cam. As the first player I want to bring through is a winger from Italy. You may probably know, well, you'll definitely know if you see the thumbnail, who this man is. It's Wilfred Gnonto from Leeds, but he's actually not affordable. We might have to sell players. And in order to do that, because I don't want Gnonto leaving to any other club but us, we've made a hefty transfer list. As here's players going out, I believe the left wing back, the Greek I can't say the name of, and also Toljan. He's one we've sold. We've also loaned out Racic. Okay, wrong move. I mean, he's got to move to Dortmund, though. As maybe the best thing to do is actually not pay the full price for him and offer a player. Maybe they would take Bajrami. But no, they still want extra money, which we can't afford. So we'll say no for now, but we will be coming back, Wilfred. You can be sure, as we also are selling more players. Thornsveit. I've probably butchered that name. As I'm working on names, and I'm working on this budget still, 27 million. We're almost there. Ooh, and there's a big sale here. Augustin Alvarez, a striker we had out on loan. I am definitely going to cash in on him. As finally, little Willie joined Sassuolo. It's took a lot to get him, but the Italian's here. An Italian with potential. As speaking of Italians, I am wearing the Versace Italian kit, which came from Soccer Deal Shop. Link in the description. Insane replicas for under half the price of real kits. Retros, Euros, whatever, they've got them. As we aren't going to buy another scout, we're just going to promote Silvestri. As I actually shoved him on the bench, and I didn't show you the team before we actually started the season, and it looks quite phenomenal. We've come a long way. As position changes to make, Dominic Berardi, 87 as a cam. Wilfred Gnonto will be an 80 right winger. And the CDM we have Flamingo looks pretty decent at centre-back. Hence why I trusted him, as these are our best players. And at the bottom of the list, Longo, who was on loan, 78 rated now as our top scorer. Pinamonti, followed of course by Domenico. Or Domenico, I probably know I'm saying it wrong. Palermo relegated with Longo. Not good news for him, but we're not down there, which is very good news for us. We actually finished 5th in the league. Europa League football. Amazing, how have we done it? Nowhere near the Coppa Italia, and that's actually the only cup competition. But a good season too, as the Europa League we go into next year, Leipzig and Tottenham are this year's finalists. Brilliant first season back, as, are we right? It is Europa League, yes. Group stage is the only thing wanted, which is actually new. We usually expected a little bit more as Coyote. I don't know how we finished high with this man in the squad, but we've done it. And of course we signed him, and probably need to sign more defenders this year. As also last year, we never actually got our backup striker. Could we get a backup man? Or a man better than Pinamonti? Decisions to be made, but before checking the budget, we're making a huge decision here. By transfer listing Turati, we can make a lot of money on him because, of course, we've got Longo and they are 2 decent keepers. But Stefano, I'm sorry. You will have to go, my friend, as 47 million. It's probably not a Europa League budget, but it's definitely better. As I've gone and bought coaches first, as the second thing we've got to do, got to search for another youth player, and I'm just going to put any. Don't care for a position, but I don't mind a striker. Petro Ricky. He's definitely going to be loan listed season 1, but we'll keep our eye on him as one player I've kept my eye on, Scalvini. Right, he is at Betis and would probably cost all our budget, but when we've got 34 players, we can definitely thread this squad thinner and, of course, make more money. So a lot more players added to the transfer list. But Scalvini, we are not going to wait on him like we did with Wilfred Nonta. We need him here, but the first offer rejected. But just like little Willie, we are going to go in again to try and sign him, especially with the money we've just made on selling Turati for 43 million to finally allow us to bring the man we wanted to bring in. This is Scalvini, but he does need a fellow friend. And that's why at the side of him, we've signed Due, a 22-year-old who is our first non-Italian. But he won't be our last, as the defense looking a lot better. We do need that backup striker. And who are we going to go for? Well, I don't know, actually, because 36 million could replace Pinamonte. Will he be a first-team striker? Maybe so, you know, as Dalinga from Gladbach. He looks brilliant, 24, and still a lot of potential. And I believe him in front of Berardi could be massive. But again, a player actually rejects us. And you know what? With that happening a second time now, it feels like fate for Pinamonte and also Antiste. So they stay on the bench for our Europa League tour with Benfica, Genk, and Brøndby of Denmark. As before we get cooking, I feel like I'm cooking. If you're in the UK at the moment, how humid is it? Anyway, we don't care about that. We care how this team has done with a 90 rate of Berardi and a lot of 80s. I hope we've done well in Europe, but the team in the league as well, it is only the second season, and we know what second season syndrome is. When you go and get relegated, but 23 goals from Domenico Berardi should be enough to survive. As 18 from the striker, who we did trust to score. We're not below 13th. Very good for Sassuolo. No bottle like real life. Bologna dropping down. Lazio dropping down as it's second in Serie A. Didn't expect to see us 9 points behind Juventus, which is a huge gap, but still, we are in the Champions League, which is absolutely amazing, but we won't get a trophy. Only the Serie B promotion one, just as it stands. But we do have the Europa League to check up on, as no defeats in the group. Could we have done this? As in the round of 16, a difficult test with PAOK, and then on to Chelsea, where we did get beat 2-1 on aggregate, but still, Super Slaven Bilic has 41 million remaining from this season. And with a squad like that, where there's a lot of decent players already, it's only good foundations. But the thing about foundations, they build onto better things, as a championship budget, or not a championship, but a Champions League budget, which is 66 million. Should be good to build this team up, as we have lost Antiste. He didn't want to stay here and fight. Also, the backup goalkeeper, as we've got Silvestri right there. He can step on the bench. Where do we strengthen? Looking at Pinamonte, who's probably on his last straw, but Ehrlich, he's definitely got to take the first hit. As with us having decent money, but not incredible, I'm not going to go and buy a scout. I want to spend all of our budget very wisely, as we're going to promote Mauro Batalgila, and he looks like he can play any type of winger or winger role. As the centre-back to join Scalvini, we're going to go left-footed for Lucas Beraldo. Will cost a lot of money. I'm willing to risk up to 48.6 million for the PSG Wonderman, who does come across and is here at the club. So we've built well from the back, but we still could do with some forwards. Because as you can see, we do have decent rated players, but Pinamonte, He definitely needs more competition. And I'm not talking competition that's gonna step in and replace him. I'm talking a bench player, as we've got Andrea Bellotti, experienced in Europe, and then, of course, Ambrosino, who we've used before and turned out to be a star. As I'm not gonna lie to myself, I know what you guys are screaming. Why would you sign a player that's 10 years older than the other one? And the truth is, I don't know, because we're not going to be doing that. Welcome to the club, Ambrosino, who I hope I'm not butchering the name of, as we're still not done there. We've got a backup goalkeeper, Aaron, from Bournemouth. Them two new guys on the bench, as it's a decent bench as well, and some decent reserves in here, as we need a full squad this year. Because not only have we got huge expectations to live up to, but a Champions League group of death. Or not group of death by big teams' standards, but by our standards, well, we are becoming a big team. But we've still got lower rateds like Doué and, of course, Lopez, the captain. That hasn't been getting played. Pressure is on, bud. As you can see, the team, the ratings are going up. We are gradually getting better. Or not gradually getting better, but a lot better. As you can see, Pinamonte started scoring 29 goals. A lot from our forward man, but how many in the Champions League? As you can see, no danger of relegation. I think we passed that point and we can start living safely, as we're definitely past the point. Not bottom, but top. 5 points over Milan means Sassuolo do win the Scudetto. That is a trophy, which I've probably butchered the name of, as in the Super Cup. A 3-0 loss to Inter. We don't care about that anyway. Coppa Italia I care more about. And another final defeat. Oh, it is to Juventus. But how easy a treble would have been in this save, as we got 10 points, but went out in the Champions League. Shameful, but we fell into the Europa League, where in the preliminary, of course, we met Porto, beating us 5-3. That is one team I just cannot stand and can't get past. As in the Champions League again, with a shiny trophy and 84 million, giving us more time and resources to bring in a proper centre mid. Or do we go right back? Doué, I can't help but like him, as he should have more potential, being only 24, and an even younger backup, Coyote, 22. Still though, got to be questioned if it's Champions League worthy. As the scout, well, I might as well look for a right back. But it's a big ask at the moment to find the next Di Lorenzo, but Thomas Bianchi, he does look okay. Another one for the loan list, as we are going to spend that money. And I want to prioritise midfield, because I think Italy's best at them. Or best at producing them. That's what I meant to say, as Giovanni Fabian. What a little wonder kid. All the way from Bologna. Should cost about half of our budget, so quite expensive for just a 1+ overall. But as you can see here, he's quicker and stronger than Lopez, the captain, and of course not to mention younger, as I'm also going to be trusting Victor Gomez, Real Sociedad's right back, and we do need a new one. As here he is joining the squad, but one interesting thing about this man is, as if he doesn't work out with 2 players behind him, them stats that I see right there look brilliant for a central midfielder, which we could actually swap him to right now, but no, I'm going to play him in the defense, as he's probably a better wing back, but I'm not going to switch him to wing back because that messes with the tactics, the formation, everything, and we don't want to be messing with that, as only 4 million euros left. We have been bled dry on 282 rated, which I can't lie, kind of has me worried a little bit again, as another hard Champions League group, but easier than last time, with no Marseille and Madrid, which was the challenge. As is this team ready for it? Berardi going down, 89 now, but at the side of him, Fratesi is 90 rated. But I am looking at Josh Doig. Scotland, you should have definitely took him to the Euros. No need for Tierney, Robertson. Doig is the real deal. Did he score goals or anything? No, nothing really special, but 40 goals from Pinamonte. That is really special. And is that Ballon d'Or worthy if we've made the final of the Champions League, as we're definitely not going down? Fiorentina do, though. Shock result again. Lazio doing terribly, but we finish in third. So Champions League again, as Atlanta won the whole thing. We haven't got the mods in the game for some reason, as the Super Cup, wait, that actually goes our way. You do love to see it, as no Coppa Italia though. We were nowhere near the quarterfinals. Oh well. Not our year, as it wasn't our year last time. And we've gone unbeaten in the Champions League, a lot better in the groups. Liverpool going home, not even getting Europe, as in the round of 16, we were smashed by Man City. 6-1 on aggregate. Oh dear, now I'm doubting Slaven Bilic. Can he get the best out of the team, which he's done so well with? And only 7 million to take into next year. We failed twice at the Champions League. That doesn't happen often. As can it be third time lucky for the Sassuolo faithful? I'm looking at replacements, and the first man I'm thinking of, Llorente, who has been very loyal to the club, being a brilliant left winger. But can we be doing better? With the money that we have, 97 million euros, it's a lot to deal with. And a lot to put into an attacker. The only problem is, of course, he would have to be Italian if we went all in on one, as I've got to speak about Doig again. Do we actually just make the permanent switch to wing-backs? Because it will take his rating up, I am 99% sure. And same with Gomez. So if we just push them up, maybe tilted the tactic to get the best out of the squad. As we are going wing play and we're forcing wing-backs. So it should work in essence, and that is what we are going to do. As also another thing I'm going to do, we do have the one youth player rule, but I'm not buying an academy. Welcome, D'Angelo. It's a shame we built up so quickly because we can't get the use out of them, but at least we have Antonio Longo going with us in the Champions League journey. As get off La Liga, we're going left wing, and of course, we are going to be scrolling to Italian. As looking at the list, Cancellieri stands out, but he's the only one that does. Not many good options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it smart. I'm going to get an Italian in, being a free agent. Tommaso Carrazza, we haven't got a left back backup. He is coming into the club to cover for Josh Doig, as let's face it, he probably doesn't get a place on the bench at the moment, but he's broke the rules, so now we can buy big time on any type of winger. So welcome Carrazza. Looks like before he might have been at Bologna, as good luck to him as we look for our new left winger. And Pedro Goncalves, he is 30 years old, but he comes in to be our new left winger. He's got plenty of play styles and should do it immediately for us. As yes, he is 30, but we need quality now, and that is why we've overpaid 70 million. But I don't want anyone else. We could probably do with the backup keeper, but the squad that we start with is definitely more than fine. Especially when he's got Doig as cover, who stays the same. I didn't expect that, as Gomez goes up one. I was sure Doig could go up as well, but he doesn't do as the Champions League group. No hard hitters. But as we've already learnt, we can still win a group and go out straight away, as we're not near the bottom. I like this scrolling up thing. It really adds a bit of suspense. As fourth, that suspense completely wasted. But have we wasted the league form to focus elsewhere? It's a Super Cup win. I don't know if we count that trophy. Bit of a community shield, but I will be counting the Coppa Italia. We've done a double. Get in there, Sassuolo. As only the Champions League now, is it third time lucky for 3 trophies? We have gone unbeaten. There's no draws, 18 points, leading into Arsenal, which we breezed past, and then the quarterfinals, Bayern, breezed past them as well. Semis, Bruges, who we easily beat, but the final is City. That's never going to be easy. So yeah, made a final, but a very difficult team, as there's a few 90 rateds now. Berardi, 85. Could we put Llorente in camp and use him? I do think we could, you know. But I'm going to trust Berardi. Mind made up. I know he's gone down more than anyone that I've used in a long time, but he stayed with us all the way, only scoring 6 goals, but it's our forwards that have been scoring, including Loriente, but no one more than Nonto. As come on. Ooh, that was a nice little graphic with the picture, and we're at the Benfica Stadium. We do love it here. If you're a regular on the channel, 1, I absolutely appreciate you, and 2, you know we get this stadium all the bloody time and usually win it. But again, it's Manchester City and Domenico Berardi. He can pull the strings still. Trust in him as Pedro Goncalves runs across, and he's run straight into danger as the other old man. But we win the ball back. Piemonte into Fabian. He's an attacking centre mid, and he needs to get a ball down the wing into Wilfred Nonto, who has been our top scorer. Wilfred Nonto pull it across. Backstick. Goncalves should have made it 1-0. Still a difficult angle, but come on. It had to go in as Josh Doig running around. Straight to Edison. What a poor cross, as we need to stop them from scoring here. It's a chance for City. Haaland robs the ball, and we give it away in our own, 6-yard box almost? Look at that, it's easy. Goalkeeper, no chance. Longo, come on. You have got to be doing better than that as Victor Gomez. Come on. You went up as a wing-back. I need you to play up the field as it's a brilliant ball into Nonto. Can we instantly reply? Great save, Edison. Brilliant save, actually, keeping City in the lead, but it's a good little bit of passing. Can't get it back to our main man. As their main man, Phil Foden, dribbling through us, looking for 2. We cannot let it go to 2-0. A good tackle by the Brazilian, and Fratesi, come on, he was loyal to us once he got back from his loan deal, as that's a ball through onto Pinamonte, 1-on-1 with Edison. Pinamonte, no! He had to score that chance, as it's a corner ball still. Pedro Goncalves, terrible ball. He needs to be better with crosses, as it's into Fratesi, who does keep it. As it's no good from Sassuolo. Come on, green and blacks, we need to be better. Bilic hasn't built this up for nothing, as there's just no fight. There is just no desire. We gave it away straight from kickoff, and now we'll struggle to get it back. But we do, though, through Berardi. Of course, it's going to be him, and that's a killer ball to Pinamonte. Can't waste the next chance, and it's in the back of the net. 1-1 against City, our big number 9. He's been here from the start with a very fine finish. He just had to run through on goal and head down, blast. 1-1 here in Benfica. That's what the doctor ordered. Still, don't let it be Dr. Doom as a corner for Manchester City straight after our goal. And Doku with a brilliant run. Longo with a slap of the ball. Still, it falls into his hands. And now we need to counter. Come on, Josh Doig. Oh, my days. He's let it run straight into Foden. That is terrible from our Scotsman. And now Phil Foden to run in and get the ball into the box, which didn't look very good. But still, they've wasted their corner completely, and we are struggling to get out. But we have beaten the high press, something that England still need to do in the Euros. And what a ball from Fratesi. It is into Pinamonte, the number 9, to get his 2nd goal of the game, his 3rd 1-on-1. And he doesn't waste the last 2. A fine finish from our tall number 9 just across the goalkeeper. Get in there, Italiano. Sassuolo and Pinamonte was one we were going to replace at one point for a number 9 as well. A lot of goals through the centre. Then again, he's got 40 of them, so just keep doing what you're doing. Look at Berardi, though. It's his turn to burst through. Of course, Dominique Berardi here from the start, and it's over the keeper, Edison. 3-1 Sassuolo. And who better than Domenico? He has been here from the start, as Pinamonte has, but still, this man's very loyal. He could have left at any point. He's been absolutely brilliant. A nice little cut inside. And a dink finesse. As we still need to fight. And guess what? We've rubbed the ball off them again. And Berardi is cut away from his man. Gonna blast it from distance. As why didn't Pinamonte then just stick a leg out for the ball as Doig? No, he's been rattled by Phil Foden. And eventually just takes him down as we are running across with Pedro Gomez. And that is the end of the game for Sassuolo, as it's third time lucky, and we beat City, who thrashed us in the first Champions League run, to get the championship title. Or Champions League title. You can tell how many rebuilds I have done in the Championship of England as Fratesi. Fitting, he's the highest rated to, of course, lift the Champions League. It would have been nice, of course, for Domenico or Pinamonti, but I am not gutted at all, as if you've enjoyed this rebuild, smash a like, and there's more here.